Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS 2 News This Morning at 6.
Good morning. It is Thursday, March 29th. I'm Sharon Tay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Michael. Here's what we have going on this Thursday, your SoCal Eye-Opener. To begin with, we're live along PCH in Huntington Beach, where one person's been killed, another arrested after a really bad crash.
People like this need to, stop.
The search is on for possible victims of a man accused of targeting women and girls at Universal Studios.
I am disappointed in what you have done with our city.
People are just getting more and more angry over the homeless crisis in Orange County. We'll show you the latest battle.
The long wait is over. Opening day is here. What Dodger fans can expect as the boys in blue aim for another trip to the World Series.
That'd be a pretty good bet.
That'd be an awesome bet. Yeah.
All right, we start you off with weather and traffic. Danielle Gersh is here. Stephanie Simmons.
Good morning. We have winning weather on the way today, so it's going to be a beautiful day to be out at Dodger Stadium. This morning, we are starting off your Thursday with a little bit of patchy fog. We have temperatures in the 50s, so it's pretty mild out there. Not as cold as it was yesterday at this time. 53 downtown, 54 at LAX, 51 in San Bernardino, Riverside, and 43 down in Oceanside. Visibility, though, down to a mile from Oxnard to Camarillo, now down to LAX, and that fog working its way into the South Bay. As you can see there, 7-mile visibility downtown, so not as bad there. But taking a look at Santa Monica, you could see pretty socked in, upper 70s and sunshine by the afternoon downtown. Near 70 along the coast, 80s for the valleys in the Inland Empire, low 60s for the mountains, deserts, upper 70s. Your extended forecast coming up. We'll take a look at your Dodgers home opener forecast too. Here's stuff.
All right, Danielle, sounds good. Tough morning for traffic right now. We are dealing with 2 active SIG alerts, and both unfortunately are fatalities. So I do want to show you the activity going on right now in Boyle Heights, northbound side of the 5 freeway. As you transition north on the 101, that connection is completely closed, in addition to all lanes of the 101 north shut down in that same stretch. This is where a pedestrian was walking on the freeway, struck and killed. Not a hit and run, but that is an active scene. You want to avoid it. Take the 10. You can get yourself around that way. Let's go to our maps now and talk about the situation that's been here since 1 o'clock this morning in Huntington Beach. Candace is on scene. We'll talk to her in just a second, but let me help you get around this. PCH shut down in both directions at Magnolia. You have Beach here and Brookhurst here, so divert yourself off and go around, and maybe you can reconnect at Atlanta. All right, Jeff and Sharon, back to you.
Right, Steph.
And that's exactly what we're leading with, Steph. One person killed in that fiery crash Stephanie was just talking about.
That's right. CBS 2's Candace Crone is live in Huntington Beach on PCH with the breaking details. Candace?
Yeah, I'm told both directions of PCH here at Magnolia will remain closed until 8 o'clock this morning. Behind me, you can see firefighters. Well, they're around that red Toyota, which was hit. They're with their tools trying to cut it open. One person in that car died, and they believe there could be more victims inside that vehicle. Let's give you a closer look at the scene. Now, this happened at 1 o'clock this morning. Police say a woman driving a white Hyundai Sonata was headed north on PCH when she hit that Toyota, which was at a stoplight here at Magnolia. Well, the car burst into flames. Firefighters were called out to put it out. One person, again, inside that red Toyota was pronounced dead on the scene. A second person inside was taken to a local trauma center. We don't know their condition this morning. That Toyota was so badly burned. Again, police believe that there could be more people inside, more deceased victims. Now, the coroner is on the way to determine that. A police spokesperson described what they must do now before they can reopen the highway.
We have to look at the debris in the roadway and any other evidence that there might be, just to ensure, since this is a fatal traffic incident, they want to make 100% sure that they have every single thing marked off and measured for their records.
Back out here live again, firefighters are trying to cut open that Toyota just to make sure that there's no other victims inside. All lanes of PCH are going to remain closed from Brookhurst to Newland until at least 8 o'clock this morning. I should also mention that police arrested a 27-year-old woman on suspicion of DUI, and that could change depending on the outcome of their investigation. Jeff, Sharon, that's the latest.
All right, Candace, thank you. A really disturbing arrest inside Universal Studios.
A man's been accused of exposing himself to women and children inside the theme park. CBS 2's Cara Finstrom is live at Universal. Has details. Cara.
Yeah, very troubling, Jeff. Universal Studios City Walk and the theme park, they're just behind us here. They tracked a lot of teenagers, and detectives fear their suspect knew that and came here looking for victims. We want to give you a look at the man now being investigated, 34-year-old Herschel Corngut. Detectives gave us this picture because they are asking anyone with information about him and other possible victims to come forward. They say this all started when a woman reported a man exposed himself to her at the theme park on New Year's Day. They identified Corngut as a suspect, tracked him down within the park. During their investigation, they say a number of juvenile girls also reported he'd exposed himself to them. At that point, detectives got a search warrant for his home. It's in LA, and they say they found child pornography and also turned up what they believe are other disturbing crimes, including sexual battery and lewd acts upon a child. Detectives also learned Corngut has a history of volunteering at a youth organization, so they're concerned about other interactions he may have had with girls. A worker here at City Walk tells us she's thankful that first woman spoke up.
If we're afraid to tell, if one person's afraid to tell, you don't know how many people are afraid to tell. So, like, the fact that she came forward, I think it encourages other people.
Corngut has not been convicted of any of the crimes. He was cited and released right after that initial misdemeanor charge of exposure. He's due in court on Wednesday, which is when those more serious charges are expected to be brought against him. And Jeff and Sharon, a representative with the Sheriff's Department, stressed to us that there are a number of legal reasons why he may not have been immediately rearrested and charged with those more serious crimes.
Cara, thanks very much. One person has been shot at a bar near LAX. Investigators say there were about 4 or 5 shots fired about 2:20 this morning at Melody's Bar and Grill on Sepulveda Boulevard. One person was hit in the stomach. He is in stable condition. Several people have been questioned, but so far nobody's been arrested.
A rough night at the West LA Kaiser Hospital. Police are still searching for a pursuit suspect who tried to blend in near the ER. West Valley Gang Unit officers started chasing 3 burglary suspects along the 405 last night. The pursuit reached speeds of more than 100 miles per hour before that car pulled into the parking structure at Kaiser Permanente, prompting a lockdown. Police caught one of them after he went inside the ER.
I just heard the security say they seen the suspect running towards the emergency door, and just a lot of people screaming.
Sky 2 was overhead as officers took a second man into custody just a short time later. Police are still looking for that third person.
A lot of people who live in Costa Mesa sounded off last night on a proposal to move a group of homeless people into their city. The Costa Mesa City Council called an emergency meeting to talk about possibly housing 100 homeless people in the soon-to-be-closed Fairview Development Center. That idea was not well received.
I am disappointed in what you have done with our city, and my silence stops now. Fairview should be put to immediate use to meet the crisis at hand.
So the council voted unanimously against the proposal. And as they say, back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board.
6:07, everybody. Let's play ball. We're going to take you live to opening day at Dodger Stadium.
It's about to get a lot easier to get around in the South Bay. We are going to tell you about the big improvements to the Green Line. We'll be right back. Oh, wait, before we go, we want to tell you about a contest.
Oh, yes, enter for your chance to win Legoland California Resort Hopper tickets. Plus the grand prize winner. That's about our podcast, by the way. And they're really great, too.
Yeah, that's Stu Mundell.
CBS LA and Stu Mundell talk to celebrities. We'll tell you about that, and we'll tell you about the Legoland giveaway when we come back.